try to. I assume that the amount of viewers is pretty low right now, since we literally just started. Let me just check something before I start. Yeah, I know we're live, that's why I'm it's vaguely like making a comment at stream, don't worry. I'm just thinking how to start. Hello, welcome to my 80% no HAP Skip run of Hypnospace Outlaw. This Hypnospace Outlaw is basically a game based in an alternate reality of 1999, where a company has invented a way of visiting the internet while you sleep. It's basically a way of actually having a story of why we're going to browse random web pages, but in the run we pretty much don't do that. There's not much of the content shown in this game, so it's a pretty good game if you actually want to play it casually. Although I wouldn't say there's that many. Okay, there's kind of spoilers, but yeah. I'm going to just name this something because I don't think there was any names donated for, which I'm not surprised. But I wonder if you can put hashtags in this. I've never done that. No, you can't put hashtags, unfortunately. I'll put ESA Summer 2019. Why not? Okay. I guess we'll get started. Yeah. Do you want me to count me down, or shall I? Yeah, sure. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I'm going to have to try and explain this. It's not very easy. It's basically a point and click puzzle game. I'm going to do this beginning bit really quickly because it needs speed to be able to go fast. I'll explain in a second. That was typed right. Now I'm going to type boobs. There we go. Have to wait for that message to come in before I can do this. And copyright strike some songs. I'll explain what I'm doing in a second, mainly because this bit. 1, that was it. There's hotkeys for all the stuff I'm trying to do. Okay, now I've done the fast bit, I guess I'll explain. In this game, you are like I'd say a best way of saying it is a moderator of, like you're a volunteer moderator of these, what would you call them? In the game, they're called zones. Like this community, basically. It's like a small. It's obviously a small community because how much content they have to put in the game. But basically, you're just browsing websites and trying to. It's mostly to see that it's just to like have fun, look at the content. But there's a bigger story behind it, is what I would say. So what I've done so far is there's 3. I'm at this point where I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to do everything while commentating. I was going to have a guest commentator, but they're unwell. Basically, there's like 4 or 5. I think I'd say 4. Nice. There's like 4 days in this game you can be on, and we're going to skip. We basically did the thing, one of the cases you're meant to get on the 2nd day, so we skipped to the 3rd day by just doing that. And I had to do it fast enough to like trigger a cycle. So I should get an email from, basically we just flagged our boss for copyright infringement, and he gets a bit pissed. So now we just need to, he'll then kick us off of active duty, so I just need to wait for that. That was pretty fast. I think I did that pretty well. It's really hard to explain this game if you haven't played it. That's the main issue I have with this. I try my best. So here we go. I had to install. Basically, there's a law in the game that the person who made these pets, virtual pets, also made an encryption system that a file I just installed was encrypted in. Which you might be wondering why I just fed this random pet this thing. I need to install the All-Seeing Eye, which basically allows you to see some links and stuff in the game that you wouldn't usually see. It's basically the puzzle element. So now we skip over a day, so we go straight to New Year's Eve of 1999. Welcome back. And basically, the zones are the cases are. Oh yeah, this bit first. There's an update to the software, and you're usually meant to wait for that, but you can just log out and log in or reset. Logging out is quicker. So we're now on a Hypnospace 2.0 already. Wow, that was fast. Basically, the cases you get are meant to assign you zones, but we weren't assigned one of the zones we actually need to go to complete the game, which is Teentopia. But luckily, one of the hidden pages you can use to access it, like I just did, and shut down this virus, which isn't actually a virus. Don't worry. Now I'm on another timer. That's basically why I want to do that as quick as possible. Now I'm just going to go, basically you might see I like bookmark pages. It's mostly just for easy reference later, and I do it while I have free time. So like, here's one of the links you can see with the all-seeing eye, which is to go over here, and it has a couple of links and a download on it that we need later. So I'm going to stamp it. It might seem like I'm going really slow right now. I am actually reading my notes, but also it doesn't really matter because I'm on a locked timer right now anyway. Here's another thing you can see with the all-seeing eye. There we go. Now it's progressing to the next part of the game. This is what this thing is. I need to visit one more page to help progress the game. I'll explain in a second. Did I type that wrong, or is it just not working? I did type that wrong. It's 00088D. Basically, the first website I visited where I copyright striked some songs is Flist. Basically, it's this world's like private file sharing site. I put a password in that I knew already because it's the same all the time every time you play the game. I have to go to this one to basically to explain the plot. Also, to explain the plot, the system is now basically crashing. Also, you might have seen me spinning the mouse. I forgot to point out that's a legit strat in the video game. It's actually pointed out in one of the help pages in the virtual world that for some reason spinning the mouse happens to make the operating system faster. So it's an intentional feature. I think doing it here is good, although I'm not sure. Basically, I'm just waiting for the operating system to destroy itself. And I'm just messing around for now. I wonder if I can, give me a song, Natty. What do you want? Granny Cream? What? That's on the freelance where we were already, right? God damn it, I can't type it. There's one person here who's seen this video game, so unfortunately didn't get it in time. I'd usually skip the cinematic in this, but I think I might leave it to run. Usually you can skip this by Alt F4ing the game and just reloading it, but maybe it'll vaguely explain the plot. And I'm not going to use operating system features to skip parts of my game. Basically, the plot is that you saw we disabled something. It was basically called the Mind Crash. It was basically some young kid's joke of a virus, which wasn't really a virus, but the CEO of the company, who's also the coder, rushed out an update, and basically, because it's linked so close with your mind, it ended up actually killing some people. But he basically frames the young child, the teenager. He's like 15. I think it said it was 15 years old, right? And the next part of the game is trying to basically prove him innocent, even though, I mean, it takes place in the future. It's basically proving the other guy guilty more than anything. So the next part of the game takes place in present time. Literally present time, as in whatever date your operating system is currently set to. Where you have access to like all the pages on the virtual internet to browse through and try and find evidence. One of those things is they have a lost and found program, which is where some people want you to find certain content that they think is lost. We've already seen 2 of those pieces of content which we need to progress. So if I look at my emails, I found the test pet, which we already installed, and a lost Chowderman tune, which I looked at just at the end. So we need to install this Hypnospace archival program. I'll actually need to explain what this category is actually, now I think about it. But I'll do that because I have a bit of time to wait in a minute. It's freelance that I need to be at, and I need to be in November, there we go. Download this Dream, I think it's called Dream Tools, yes. It's just like a...
Message received from HAP_Tamara.
I dare call it a hacker program. It tells you not to type in minus values, but we can anyway to get some quick cash. I need to install a program called HypnoCure, which is this world's antivirus program, which allows us to like view pages in safe mode, which is basically just a puzzle thing, but it has a detailed, intricate plot. So I need to save. So basically, you see this text is jumbled. If I put safe mode, I can view it. But I also need to use the all-seeing eye to see this link. Yep. Okay. Now I've seen them. That's fine. View list. Now I need to go back to this page. I don't know how easy. Yeah, it has a real. This game has a real big problem. Basically, did I not install it? Wait. Excuse me. Oh yeah, I haven't got to that bit yet. I'm confusing myself. But I'm at the point where I need to be, so it's fine. Basically, this girl called, she calls herself Chelsea, but she's also called Sam. She was basically I think she says in here she was an overworked employee. You basically receive emails and stuff from her in the start of the game if you actually play this legit. And she's the one who wants to prove Tim, who was the guy who was framed, guilty, and Dylan. She wants to prove Tim innocent and Dylan guilty. It's 10 AM, I'm half asleep, don't blame me. Basically, I'm waiting for her to email me, basically an extension for the, it's called the Chime tool, I'm pretty sure. Which is the thing you use to, like, strike things, although we didn't do much of that, so...
Important message received
there we go.
From MS_Samantha. Downloading Sunhammer.
Let me spin my mouse. So now we'll have an extra button here. This button doesn't really like to work with the hotkeys very well because it's... I don't know if that's intentional or just a bug. Probably just a bug, to be honest. I'm running on version 0.4 of this game. Did I not bookmark this page? Is that what I did wrong? Probably. Whatever. What am I doing? I don't need that. I need this.
Safe mode activated.
I'm getting nervous.
Important message received.
It's kind of annoying because this is actually a timed thing. There we go. So that's all the time stuff done. So now I just have to wait and I can actually talk. Basically, the vague plot at this point in the game is that we're on an archival program of trying to back up everything because apparently every single thing that was posted on this the community is like backed up in everyone's headsets for some reason, so that's why we can recover things 20 years later. And then for some reason, Dylan, the guilty guy, joins the team, so everyone gets nervous.
From Dylan.
And basically, he ends up admitting guilt. Spoilers. So I'm waiting for his email of that. Once we should get 2 emails from Samantha, dear God, and you got it. Basically, to explain what no HAP skip is. HAP skip is an unintentional side effect. You might think, well, I skipped to the end of the game. I skipped a big chunk of the game, but apparently that's intentional. The HAP skip is basically that we're about to get a link in an email, which you could just start current day. You could just start current day and put a search term in the search, and it would just go straight to that website. Apparently that was unintentional because even though I'm running on a patch that has it in, later patches got rid of it. They didn't intend to leave it in. The only problem with this part is just waiting. There we go. So now we're actually gonna... oh wait, I need to go forward to the intranet. Amazing, there's something that isn't point and click now. We're gonna play a video game. Basically, Dylan was making this video game, which it's just an online game where you can like interact with others and arrest them apparently in small cars. I don't really under. He just wanted to make it, but all we need to do is what you're meant to do in his actual game is to like lasso these people. But for some reason they're non-solid, probably because they are representations of the people who died. So it's his way of admitting guilt or something. This game is deep. I recommend just playing it. It's pretty good for content-wise. Just the speedrun is probably not a good way of finding out about this game, but so I just need to take down. I say take down. These guys aren't putting up any fight. Also, you have to wait until the lens flare effect has gone away to do it. Is that everyone? Yes, that is everyone. I just now have to find Dylan himself. He wants to be taken in. Oh, that doesn't work, by the way. If you happen to be in the same lane he is and you crash into him, that happens. It's a bit slower, but now I need to find him again. Come on. There he is. He is solid, so you need to wrangle him in. And get ready on time, by the way. Time. What was that? That's pretty good for the fact that I watched the cutscene. The other day, I got like a 13, 14 in practice. 14, 15, yeah. There is a way of actually speeding up this final bit. I'll show you, like, if you click this, it goes fast. If you, like, mash this and don't stop mashing it until it, like, finishes this part and then you start a new game, the next time you play while the game is still started up, it will go fast. Although I don't really like it because it requires pre-run setup, so it's kind of more like a new game plus thing. And I can easily get within, like, my world record, that is not a world record anymore, someone finally beat it, didn't use this, but it did use the Alt F4, which is like to skip the FMB in the game, and if you skip the FMB you can't do that anyway, so it's kind of like one or the other. Anyway, there's the credits. So I did finish the game legit. Anything else to say? I know one of the devs tweeted out about this game, about this run. I mean, I hope the dev tweeted out about the game, and that would be pretty useful. I would suggest going to play this. It's pretty good, although Devin, is he actually in the chat? Which one? Tetramino Mike? What's his name? Did someone just say Devin chat? I wouldn't be surprised if there was a Devin chat. Jathalon, who is the main dev, was streaming some... Hey Jay. I don't think I've actually interacted with Jay himself, so hi. Yeah, he was streaming something the other day. He was browsing random old CDs online, but I happened to have been busy at this marathon, so I couldn't watch him. But yeah, go play this game if you like reading. that's a harsh way of putting it. It's a nice point-and-click puzzle game, I would say, with a lot of content that I skipped, so I haven't spoiled it. And some pretty good music. I think that's all. That's how I'll wrap up. I think I said everything I want to say. Thanks for watching, and watch whatever's coming up next, which I actually forgot what it was. What is next? Knight Rider. Oh yeah, I think that's a Davalex game, so I'm going to enjoy that. I think it is anyway. I'm pretty sure Knight Rider is. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.